Hi, it's Robert Murray. Welcome to this week's Leadership Minute. It's the video blog where I've got 1 minute to answer questions that I get from leaders like you. One of the things that I see when I'm working with various clients and looking and working with the leaders in those organizations is that there is this vital leadership skill that doesn't get practiced very often, and it's incredibly difficult for us as leaders and as human beings, for that matter, to learn. But it just seems so simple. What is it? It's called listening. Well, communication is really all about understanding what is going on and gaining some context so you get a better idea of what the other person or persons' perspective is compared to your perspective. Unfortunately, as leaders, we think that we are going to understand that context that the other parties have by talking. Not true. We have to learn how to listen. And it sounds really, really basic. It sounds like something you might be thinking right now, Bob, I get it. And I've heard so much about listening. I've heard so much about the difference between listening and hearing. And the fact is, we still don't practice it enough. So then often I will get asked by a leader, well, how do I get better at listening? How is it that I can really truly work to understand before I'm being understood, to steal from Stephen Covey? Well, there's a couple of things that we can do. Number one is just learn how to listen. And so listening all happens in our conscious brain, not in our unconscious brain. So you cannot multitask. So developing the discipline. First thing to do to developing that discipline is make sure that the other person has all your attention. How do you do that? Well, then we need to hone and develop your ability to turn off all of the conscious thoughts that are going through your mind while you think you are listening. Our conscious brain is only capable of one thought at a time. So here's a great exercise that you can use in order to start to develop your ability to control what's going on in your conscious mind so you can actually listen. It goes like this. Close your eyes and then out loud or in your head, count from 1 to 50. Sounds pretty simple, right? I guarantee you, and if you're honest with yourself, you might get to about 20 before another thought starts to come into your mind. Here's where the discipline comes in, is learning how to push that other thought off and carry on counting. That's exactly the same thing that's happening when we think we are listening. Other thoughts come in. Thoughts like, what are you going to say when this person stops speaking? What's the question that you have for them? Um, hmm, bread. I have to pick up bread on the way home from work today. There's lots of different thoughts that come in. However, if we can learn to push those out, you will become a better listener. When you become a better listener, you will get better results. You will be able to understand the context from the perspective of other people. Now, for the next few weeks, I'm going to be doing a whole series on listening. That's the first tip and trick for you for right now. So that's what I'd like you to practice on as we dive into the whole subject of listening, which is going to help you grow as a leader. That's it for this week. Thanks very much.